dear students. Great to be back with you after such a long time. Hope you are seeing improvement in your personalities and taking keen interest in the subject of personality development. जैसे जैसे आपकी पर्सनालिटीज इम्प्रूव होती जाएगी वैसे वैसे आपका इंटरेस्ट इस सब्जेक्ट में बढ़ता ही जाएगा. You will definitely see an upgradation in your personalities at the physical level, mental level, emotional level, and social level. Once you see yourself improving in all these levels, you will be so inspired to learn so many more things under so many subtopics under the subject of personality development. I'm sure students, you are putting in a lot of effort, but I only wish you all the best and keep up the good effort. You must have heard of this quote made by an anonymous person. I cried because I had no shoes until I saw a man who had no legs. What a thought-provoking line this is. Yet, it is a fact. It is a fact of life that most of us are spending most of our time complaining and cribbing. The list of complaints is endless. मेरे पास ये नहीं है, मेरे पास वो नहीं है, I am not lucky, I am not intelligent, my financial status is not good, I am not good looking, I am fat. My God, so many complaints all day long. Do you know how much of energy we are wasting in complaining? Just try to find out complain करने से होता क्या है. Nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens. You remain where you are. Only thing which happens with complaining and cribbing is that you generate a lot of negative energy. And once there is so much of negative energy, positive energy आएगी कहाँ से कुछ constructive करने के लिए? आप कुछ constructive कर कैसे पाओगे? Because you are not having the energy to do anything constructive. So dear students, the first lesson for today is stop cribbing and complaining. Life is just great the way it is, and open your eyes. Open your eyes to the fact that you have got so many blessings from God. Take a paper and pen and write down all the blessings and all the gifts that you have got from God. Mind you, your list is going to be quite big. Refer to each and every blessing that you have jotted down in the list and use each and every blessing or all the blessings combined together to make a very beautiful and nice life for yourself. You can use these blessings or all the items on the list as a raw material to create a beautiful life for yourself. One of the biggest blessings that we all have, do you know what it is? It is the wonderful brain that God has given us. You, me, we have been given this blessing, but we are not making good use of it. This is such a wonderful gift which has been given by God to us. It can generate so much of knowledge. You can acquire knowledge in so many different fields, in so many different subjects. And you can use that knowledge in order to create a very, very beautiful world for yourself. But you have to use it. You have to sharpen it. You have to activate it. That is your responsibility. Isn't it wonderful to know that all that you need to create all the resources outside is your brain, and that resource is already there with you. Rima, one of my students, say 5 years back, her life was in a complete mess. Financially, she was in a complete mess. Her personal life was in a complete mess. And even professionally, she had hit an all-time low. When she came to my counseling center and started crying, I told her only one thing. Rima, when all else fails and everything goes away from your life, even then, thank God. She said, thank God for what? Thank God for the fact that you still have this wonderful brain ticking inside your body. You can use this brain to acquire as much of knowledge as possible, get back all that you have lost in life, get back all that you want in life. Rima paid heed to my advice. And today, she's a happy person. She's enjoying a very happy family life. And she's in one of the top positions in a multinational firm. What helped her was her ability to acquire knowledge in various subjects. Dear students, life में मैजिक नहीं होता है, लेकिन मैजिकल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ऑफ लाइफ जरूर हो जाता है. लोग कहाँ का कहाँ पहुंच जाते हैं, दैट इज अनबिलीवेबल. लेकिन ये कोई जादू नहीं है. इट इज अ वेरी वेरी सिंपल फॉर्मूला. लिसन टू द फॉर्मूला वेरी केयरफुली. द फॉर्मूला इज आइडेंटिफाई योर गोल, acquire the knowledge which is necessary to reach that goal, implement that knowledge, manage yourself, and put in continuous and consistent effort. If you apply this formula, your life is going to be something completely different. My dear students, life is full of surprises and life is full of positive things, but the effort has to be put on your part. आप शुरुआत तो करें. So wish you all the best and may you be on the path of knowledge and path of continuous improvement, because knowledge is power and knowledge is light. So on this note, small note on motivation, let me begin with the topic for the day, which is on social etiquettes in the corporate world. Well, man is a social being. Whether you like it or not, we all have to operate in groups. I'm not talking about geniuses. I'm not talking about the yogis. I'm talking about the average person. An average person has to operate in a group. He lives in a group all the time, starting from his family, to his neighborhood, to his society, to his organization, to his workplace. He is always operating in a group. He has to deal with people. He has to interact with people. इससे आप भाग नहीं सकते हो. You cannot live alone in isolation. So if you have to interact with people, if you have to deal with people, you should know the way of dealing with people, isn't it? The way you talk, the way you behave, the way you dress up, the way you interact with people, each and everything counts. Each and everything is conveying a very, very powerful impression. Well, somebody might say that I am very intelligent, I have everything with me, why should I bother about these things? My dear, nothing is going to happen. अगर आप social etiquettes follow नहीं करोगे, ऐसा कुछ drastic नहीं होने वाला है. Except that you will be criticized in society. People are not going to talk very nice things about you. They will say, वो देखो कैसे तैयार हुआ, वो देखो आया नहीं इधर, फंक्शन था, इतना important function था. And people are going to talk bad about you. Nobody likes to be criticized, isn't it? On the other hand, if you follow these social graces and social etiquettes, people are going to like you. Mind you, people in your personal life and in your professional life, they are always observing you. आपको नहीं पता होगा, लेकिन लोग हम लोगों को, सब लोगों को ऑब्जर्व करते हैं. So, if you are going to follow the social etiquettes, you are going to be appreciated. Haven't you experienced it? When you dress up well, you get the response from the people. Oh, she has dressed up so well. She is talking so well. What a well-mannered person this is. Don't you like to be appreciated? We all like to be appreciated. So why not follow a little bit of social etiquettes and graces? It will make you feel nice. It will make you feel good. And in your professional life also, you never know, this particular attribute might lead you to promotion or double promotion also, only on the basis of social etiquettes. Well, I am speaking from experience. When I was doing a HR program for a multinational firm, I used to observe one employee, Mr. Ganesh, who was not extremely intelligent. His IQ was not very high and he was not very knowledgeable also. But one basic quality in him, a superb quality in him, was that he used to dress up very well, come to the office, talk very politely and nicely to the people, listen to everyone and have a slight smile on his face all the time. He would be ready to help each and everyone very nicely every time, as compared to his very intelligent colleagues who were there, who used to not bother about anyone. So I was not surprised in a meeting when the boss announced the CEO of the company, announced in the meeting, well, I think Mr. Ganesh is a very deserving candidate, and I think he deserves a double promotion because he dresses up so well. He talks so well to the clients. He talks so well to the customers. And I think he is a very big asset to our company. And if he represents my company, I think we are going to get a lot of business. So you see, Mr. Ganesh got a double promotion only on the basis of his knowledge of social etiquettes and his behavior, not on the basis of his knowledge. That much is the importance of social etiquettes and behavior in today's world. So let us see what these social etiquettes and graces are. First and foremost, before talking about anything, it is very important that once you start acquiring these social graces, before you start acquiring them, your confidence level has to be taken care of. You have to be confident about yourself. Your self-image has got to be good in your own eyes. You have to feel good about yourself. We are all not perfect human beings, that's okay, but you have to respect yourself. If you don't respect yourself, and if you don't have any dignity for yourself, no matter however well you dress up, whatever you do, it is going to show on your face. So first and foremost, dear students, value yourself for whatever you are. You might be short, you might be fat, you might be dark, you might have n number of flaws in your personality. Doesn't matter. Tell yourself, I am happy the way I am. I am going to improve, but I value myself. Please value yourself. That is very, very important before you step into the world. Because if you don't value yourself, the world is not going to value you. And because if you have a physical defect or any defect in your personality, that is no reason that you should not value yourself. If you are dark, let us say, you might use Fair and Lovely for so many years. Nothing is going to happen. Doesn't mean that you have to keep crying. Concentrate on other aspects of your personality. Increase your self-esteem and value yourself. Dignity for self is very, very important, and involve yourself in things which give you dignity and self-esteem. Now, once you have worked on your confidence level, let us talk about the other factors, other social etiquettes and graces which are being observed in the corporate world and which help you to rise and which help you to create a very good impression. The first one is dress sense and grooming. Well, a lot has been talked about dressing and grooming, and so many magazines are there and so many articles are there, and we see a lot of material on the television, and people discard it by saying, "Arey, ye to mere liye nahi hai. Arey, this is very expensive." My dear students, you don't require too much money to dress up well. All you require is a good dress sense, because dressing up well is extremely important. It is very important because it is conveying a very, very strong message. The way you dress up, the way you carry yourself, the way you style your hair, the accessories that you are having along with you, the way you are behaving, the way you handshake, your grooming, it is giving a very powerful message to the people. What is this kind of message that you are giving even though you are not opening your mouth? This is known as non-verbal communication. Even though you are not communicating by words, you are communicating, you are sending signals by the way you have dressed up. Now, what are these signals and what is it that you are conveying? If you dress up well, you are conveying that you look after yourself and you mean business. And if you don't dress up well, what is it that you are conveying? I don't care about my dress. So it is very likely that you are not going to care about your job also. Dress sense and grooming is very crucial to impression management. It helps you to create a very strong first impression. And if you dress up very well, it helps you in striking a good relationship with other people around you, and it also helps you to sustain and keep your job. So let us see a few points. You might know these points, but unfortunately, simple points are not followed by the students, and I am speaking through experience. The first and foremost, very important is at workplace, wear a very clean and an ironed dress. This is very, very important. There have been times when students have come for the interview, MBA admission interview, wearing crumpled shirts and crumpled sari. When asked, what is the reason, Madam, time nahi mila? To clean your dress or to iron your dress? If you don't get the time, we don't listen any further, automatically you get -3, -4 points. You might be very intelligent, very talented. या तो आप जीनियस बन जाओ, तब ऐसी चीजें करो तो कोई बात नहीं. लेकिन we are struggling, you are going ahead in life, you have to respect authority, you have to respect the code of conduct. If you become a MF Hussain, at that point of time you can do anything, no problem. लेकिन जब तक आप वो लेवल नहीं पहुंचते हो, आपको एक कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट फॉलो करना है. These things are being observed and you are getting a minus point for not wearing a good dress. Again, I repeat, the message that you are giving to the people is that I don't care about my dress. So what is being concluded? This person does not care about his dress, so he is not going to care about his job. So please pay attention to your dress code. Now there are very important for you to know what are the different dress codes which are there. One is formal, one is informal, and the other category is semi-formal. Now, at the workplace, it is best to be in semi-formal. Every day, you are not going to be in a suit or sari because it is very difficult to work. So, it is semi-formal. But if it is a very formal occasion, it is very important for you to wear a formal dress. Well, you can wear a pair of jeans, but that is not considered formal, and you will not be comfortable when everyone is wearing a formal dress and you are wearing an informal dress. So under formal, what are the things which are going to appear? Let us see. Formal attire for men, you can write it down or just pay attention. Formal attire for men, a suit, preferably dark colored, and a pant and a matching coat. Shirt is white, long sleeved and properly ironed. No printed shirts is considered good under formal attire. I know that these days there are a lot of shirts with a lot of flowers and leaves and all these things. You can keep it for a party, not for formal wear. Tie, a proper silk tie with very simple patterns or preferably even plain is better. Flashy ties, very showy ties are not considered good for a formal occasion. आप इंटरव्यू के लिए जा रहे हो और आपने एक टाई निकाली है जिसमें flowers and leaves and all these things are there, that is not considered good etiquette. Shoes, you all know shoes, but you don't wear clean shoes. Lot of the students don't wear clean shoes. थोड़ा उसको shoes have to be cleaned, they have to be properly polished because these things are also being observed. Maybe for the interview or even at workplace. Now this is a point, but I need to mention jewelry. These days men are very fond of wearing jewelry, bracelets and even chains and even studs. No jewelry in a formal workplace. In a seminar or in a presentation, please don't wear any jewelry. If you men folk are wearing jewelry, please don't wear it for a formal occasion. It does not give a good impression. You can wear it for a party, or if you're going out for a date with your girlfriend, you can wear it, but not otherwise. Hair has got to be short and neatly combed. In between, I don't know, I'm not very abreast with the fashion. In between, there was a fashion that men were having long hair. Not for a formal occasion. It has to be neatly cropped and it has to give a very, very neat impression. Neatness is very, very important. Nails have got to be short and clipped. Even men folk are used to growing nails, I know that. Not for a formal occasion. It gives a very bad impression. Facial hair, shaving, very, very important factor. ये कोई बताने जैसी बात नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी आ जाते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, इंटरव्यू के लिए आ जाते हैं तो वर्क प्लेस पे भी आप जा सकते हो विदाउट शेविंग. क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कौन क्या बोलता है? फर्क पड़ता है. मे बी पीपल आर नॉट सेइंग एनीथिंग, बट पीपल आर ऑब्जर्विंग यू. तो नीट रहना आपको खुद को भी पसंद आएगा एंड पीपल हु आर ऑब्जर्विंग यू, they will also like it. So shave properly when you are going to the workplace, and not shaving is also considered bad etiquette. Okay. All right. The next one, is women's traditional business attire. So just a few words for women's traditional business attire. Again, they should wear very, very simple suits when they are at workplace because it becomes very, very difficult to work. And if you're wearing a very flashy suit for a formal occasion, it does not look good. It is bad etiquette because all the attention is going to go on your suit, whether it is facing the interview or a seminar or a presentation. Attention आपके कपड़ों पे नहीं जाना चाहिए. It should be on what you are talking. So the colors have to be muted and बहुत ही flashy cuts और heavy sequin work और embroidery ये सब formal occasion में नहीं होना चाहिए. ये party wear है. So please understand the difference between party wear and wear which you have to wear for the formal occasion. A sari, if you are wearing a sari, very good, but it should be neatly pinned and it should be, if it is a cotton, it should be neatly starched. It should be properly ironed. Westerns, if the girls are used to wearing the westerns, only then go in for the westerns. Don't go in for the western formal wear if you are not used to it. Not necessary that you have to wear formal western wear. Shoes have got to be dark, cleaned and polished. Hair, a very important point for women. Nobody will tell you anything, but right away you will get minus point definitely for the interview. And even at workplace, the code for the hair is, for working women, the hair has got to be properly pinned up. It is not important that you have to go to the parlor to do it. Please do it yourself. But pin up your hair at workplace, that is considered good etiquette. Long, loose, flowy hair is bad etiquette at workplace. Nobody will tell you anything, but it is bad etiquette. It does not look professional. If you want to be a professional, if you want to look professional, then pin up your hair properly and that gives a professional look. Nails for women, a warning. A lot of women and girls are very fond of growing their nails. Very good. It looks very nice. It looks very nice only if it is kept properly, if it is manicured properly, and if it is polished properly. If you are used to growing your nails, then see that you look after your nails. Otherwise, clip it short. So these grooming tips are very, very important for men and women. Another important point you have to keep in mind that the corporate houses are definitely looking for people who are intelligent and who have a high IQ, who can manage the things, and the level of knowledge, domain knowledge of their work is high. But at the same time, the dress code, how a person carries himself, is very important for the employers because you are representatives of the company. They want people who are well dressed all the time. Every time they cannot tell you that वो client से मिलना है और वो customer से बात करना है, ये क्या पहना है. If you are dressed up all the time, automatically you will get more work and you will get more responsibility. So please see to it that note down a few golden rules. The first one, be well dressed in the corporate house daily, every day. That is very, very important. On a formal occasion, always select the formal code of dressing as against the informal. That is a safer choice. And another little bit of point which I am adding from my side is, why do we always wait for a very nice occasion to dress up well? Why don't we just make it a personal rule that we have to dress up well all the time? Birthday है, दिवाली है, party है, तब हम अच्छे से तैयार होते हैं. लेकिन if we make it a personal rule that, well, this is a wonderful day and हमारा every day of our life is so कीमती and it is so valuable, why shouldn't we dress up nicely every day? अगर and every moment of our life, अगर आप में ये attitude हुआ, तो formal dressing में आपको problem नहीं आएगी. Otherwise you will say, अरे क्या कोट पहनना है, इतना heavy dressing करना है. नहीं, थोड़ा attitude change करो, आप well dressed रहो all the time, आपको भी अच्छा लगेगा और देखने वालों को भी अच्छा लगेगा और शायद आपको promotion भी मिल जाएगा. You never know. Okay, so this is about dress sense and grooming that I gave you. Keep it in mind, overnight कुछ नहीं होता है, थोड़े थोड़े changes आप करते रहोगे, automatically आपकी personality में आता रहेगा. Next point which you have to keep in mind, handle gossip with care. It is very, very important for you to handle gossip with care. Gossip यानी chit-chatting, ऐसी गप्पे लगाना, ऐसे गॉसिपिंग करना जो वर्क टाइम पे नहीं होता है, मे बी कैंटीन में होता है, मे बी लंच टाइम पे होता है. सो आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि गॉसिप नहीं करना है. गॉसिप इज वेरी वेरी नेचुरल because people are working very hard. They are stressed out and they want to talk about something very, very light and which is relaxing. Gossip actually is very therapeutic. It is relaxing. But you have to handle gossip with care. Do participate in the gossip, but what you are gossiping, that is very, very important. Because certain things can go against you. You can talk about general things, talk about movies, talk about current affairs, talk about anything that you feel like. But first, very important, never ever criticize your boss. This can go against you. आप अगर सोचते हो कि आप कुछ सीक्रेट बता रहे हो दूसरे एम्प्लॉई को, अरे हमारा बॉस कैसा है, he's so aggressive, he's so rude, उसने ऐसे किया था, पता है? Do you know that particular thing which you have talked, it will reach your boss. Give it another 3 days or 4 days, it will reach him. It is human psychology. Human beings cannot keep things within themselves for a very long time unless he's a very trusted friend of yours. In an organization जहां आप इतने लोगों के सामने ये बात बोल रहे हो, वो बात आपके बॉस तक पहुंच जाएगी और your job is going to be at stake. So why criticize your boss? Please do not criticize your boss. Please do not criticize your organization. वो बात भी पहुंच सकती है. Please do not criticize any one of your employees, any one of your colleagues working with you. वो बात भी पहुंच सकती है. Please do not discuss any of your secrets or anything which is confidential because that part might also be leaked. So these are the few things which you have to keep in mind, and otherwise there are so many topics to discuss. Movies and newspapers अगर आप पढ़ते हो तो conversation करने में कोई problem नहीं होनी चाहिए. So that is a safer bet. So please handle the gossip with care, otherwise the gossip can go against you. Okay? All right. The next point that we are going to talk about is telephone etiquettes. Telephone is it's a necessity, and at the same time it has become a nuisance also in our lives. If it is not handled properly, it is like a nuisance in our lives. Now in the corporate house, let us see some of the points which you have to keep in mind for handling this instrument well. In the initial times, this instrument was used only for delivering the message and getting the message. The telephone was not used so much the way it is used now. These days the mobiles are there with us all the time. In a meeting, suddenly the phone might ring and start. So it has to be handled with care. The first point that you have to keep in mind, that if you're working in a corporate house and you do get a call, first it is very important to greet the caller. That is, good morning, sir. Tell the name of the company, and then after that you have to introduce yourself. And then after that, may I help you? So it goes like this. Good morning, sir. This is XYZ company. I'm Mr. Vishal. How may I help you? This is the way it goes. This is the protocol. And this is the way you have to address any person who is calling you. Second point that you have to keep in mind is that if you are taking the call and the call happens to be for someone else, please do not just bang the phone down. It becomes your responsibility as a person working in that organization to note down the message and leave the message on your table or on the table of the concerned person, that this was the person who called for you and this was the message. Message taking is very, very important in an organization. Why it is very important is that because the organization is huge. It is not your family where there are just 4 or 5 people. It is huge. So many people are working. So you might get a call, and it is your responsibility that the message should reach the right person, because it might be a very, very important message. Message taking is very, very important. See that the message is taken in writing. Please do not try to store the messages in your head. That won't work. Next one. Avoid personal calls and long conversations in office. This also is very, very bad etiquette, but it has been seen and it happens in the organization. कॉल आ जाता है एंड यू हैव अ ओल्ड लॉस्ट फ्रेंड हु इज कॉलिंग यू, सो ऑल व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन योर लाइफ, और कैसा चल रहा है, यहाँ पे देर आर इम्पोर्टेंट मीटिंग गोइंग ऑन, इतना कुछ काम चल रहा है, और आप ये पर्सनल कॉल को अगर रिस्पॉन्ड करते हो एंड यू स्टार्ट टेलिंग योर स्टोरीज कि ये घर में ये हुआ और वो हुआ, यू आर टॉकिंग टू दैट पर्सन आफ्टर 3-4 years, तो फिर कैसे चलेगा? अदर पीपल आर नॉट गोइंग टू लाइक इट, टाइम वेस्ट हो रहा है, काम सफर हो रहा है. तो शुड यू बी रूड टू दैट पर्सन? आपका फ्रेंड आपको 4 साल बाद फोन कर रहा है, तो आप रूड तो नहीं हो सकते, अग्रेसिव तो नहीं हो सकते, बैंग तो नहीं कर सकते फोन. Very politely tell the person, see, can I just call you up in the evening? I'm in the midst of a very, very important meeting. We will, so nice to hear from you, but we'll catch up in the evening. एक तरीका होता है बात करने का. You don't have to continue talking, but बहुत अच्छे से, बहुत politely आप बोल सकते हो कि आप बिजी हो, you will get back to that person. तो इससे आपका रिलेशनशिप भी सफर नहीं होगा और आपका टाइम भी वेस्ट नहीं होगा. So learn how to say no in a very, very polite manner. So just a few points again for telephone etiquette. You can note it down if you wish to. Be mentally prepared to dial before you make a call. Know whom you want to speak to and know what you have to speak. In the corporate house, आप अपने friends को नहीं डायल कर रहे हो कि कुछ भी बात करो, कैसे भी बात करो. So when you're dialing a number, see that you know whom you are dialing and what you have to speak. वो मैसेज बहुत क्लियर होना चाहिए आपके माइंड में. नेक्स्ट वन, इफ यू रिसीव अ कॉल और मेक अ कॉल, ऑलवेज इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ. लीव मैसेजेस very slowly over the voicemail. These days the voicemail is there. Maybe the person is not there on the other end of the phone. It is good etiquette. Once you have called, you should leave a message. Some people don't like to talk to machines. So when they hear the voicemail, they don't talk. That is bad etiquette. आपने फोन किया है, अगर वॉइसमेल है आपको मैसेज छोड़ना पड़ेगा. स्विच ऑफ योर सेल फोन्स इन द मीटिंग. बहुत ही सिंपल पॉइंट है लेकिन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है कि मीटिंग में आपका सेल फोन अगर बज जाता है, इट इज वेरी बैड एटिकेट. Then supposing you are in a restaurant or supposing you are in an important seminar or conference और बहुत ही एक important call आ जाता है, बहुत ही urgent call आ जाता है, you can always leave the premise and then attend to the call. So these are the few points that you have to keep in mind as far as the telephone etiquettes are concerned. Now a few points as far as seminars and conferences are concerned. Now, seminars and conferences also take place in the organization, and there are a few tips, few points that you have to keep in mind. Well, you have VVIPs coming for seminars and conferences. उनको कैसे treat करना है, क्या करना है, ये सब बहुत जरूरी है आपको पता होना, because otherwise you become very awkward. First very important point that you have to keep in mind is that the VIP, the chief guest, the keynote speaker should get a VVIP treatment. क्या बुके देना है उनको, कहाँ सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट होना चाहिए, द नेम, प्लेकार्ड्स, एवरीथिंग शुड बी वेरी वेरी क्लियर. इसमें प्रॉब्लम नहीं होनी चाहिए, अदरवाइज इट क्रिएट्स अ वेरी बैड इम्प्रेशन. सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट क्या होना चाहिए, ऑल दैट शुड बी वेरी वेरी क्लियर, अदरवाइज इट क्रिएट्स अ वेरी बैड इम्प्रेशन. सो सेमिनार्स, कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट आपको लेना पड़ेगा इफ यू आर ऑर्गेनाइजिंग, एंड इवन इफ यू आर नॉट ऑर्गेनाइजिंग, यू आर पार्ट ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, you can look into the things. The next important point is regarding the presentations. Each one of you might be required to give a presentation. So it is very important for you to have a few tips as to how to give a good presentation. Now the time is very short. One very, very important tip that I would like to give you is that always open the presentation with a very, very catchy start. That is, what is a catchy start? एक आप पब्लिक स्पीकिंग करते हो या प्रेजेंटेशन देते हो, हाउ टू अट्रैक्ट द अटेंशन ऑफ द ऑडियंस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. उसके लिए एक कैची स्टार्ट होना बहुत जरूरी है. व्हेन यू हैव 70-80 पीपल सिटिंग इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, दे आर ऑल कमिंग फ्रॉम डिफरेंट बैकग्राउंड्स, दे आर ऑल एट डिफरेंट लेवल्स. उनका अटेंशन कैच करने के लिए बिफोर द एक्चुअल टॉपिक आपको कुछ ऐसा बोलना है so that they get attracted towards you. For example, your presentation is on leadership. If you suddenly just start talking on leadership, तो कोई आपको इतने जल्दी सुनेगा नहीं. If you just say, I know each one of you is a leader, I see a very bright future for all of you. I can see it on your faces. Immediately you get the attention of the audience. Everybody is ready to listen to you. So catchy start is very important, and towards the end of the presentation, see that you are concluding your presentation properly, and in between, see that you try and make the presentation very, very interactive. Interact with the audience, talk to the audience, give lot of examples, give lot of games, if you can include it in your presentation. That makes your presentation very, very live. So these few points are very, very important. The next one is, last point is that be a good team person. Now you're working in the organization. We attitude is very, very important. All the time thinking about yourself, I, ये काम नहीं करेगा आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, आप पॉपुलर नहीं होगे, एंड यू विल नॉट बी इफेक्टिव. यू माइट बी अ वेरी एफिशिएंट पर्सन, पर अगर आपको इफेक्टिव होना है, अगर आपको रिजल्ट देना है, तो यू हैव टू बी अ गुड टीम पर्सन. टीम पर्सन पूरी टीम को साथ में कैरी करना है. आपकी टीम में बहुत इंटेलिजेंट लोग भी हो सकते हैं, नॉन इंटेलिजेंट लोग भी हो सकते हैं, वीक लोग भी हो सकते हैं. वीक लोगों को मोटिवेट करना है, लेकिन रिजल्ट देना है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज इंटरेस्टेड इन रिजल्ट्स, दे आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन एक्सक्यूजेस. आप नहीं बोल सकते अरे हमारी टीम में हमने तो काम किया, लेकिन वो जो 2 मेंबर्स है ना, वो बिल्कुल काम नहीं कर रहे थे. बॉस इज नॉट कंसर्न विद दैट, बॉस इज कंसर्न विद द रिजल्ट. तो आपको when you are working in an organization, very important for you to learn how to be a team leader and how to be a team member. So for this, it is very important that you should know how to talk to people, how to communicate with people, how to take work very nicely, प्यार से, out of people, out of different types of personalities. ये बहुत जरूरी है. तो वो आप सीख जाओगे, लेकिन acquire the knowledge for it. Okay, dear students, I think I have given you a few tips on social etiquettes. Now, I'll just give you your assignments, because no session is complete without the assignments that you have to do. So, assignments ये हैं, write down, write a short note on telephone etiquettes. Write a short note on telephone etiquettes. I would expect, say, around 100 to 150 words. What I tell you over here is just introducing the topic to you. I expect that when I'm giving you an assignment, you are going to do extra research work on this particular topic. I will repeat, write a short note on telephone etiquettes in 100 or 150 words. Second one, what are the few tips you have to keep in mind while giving an effective presentation? What are the few tips that you have to keep in mind while giving an effective presentation? Again, I would expect 100 and 150 words. Next one, what qualities are extremely important in order to be a good team leader and a team member? What qualities are extremely important in order to be a good team leader and a good team member? Again, you can restrict it to 150 words. Next one, what do you mean by self-image? What do you mean by self-image? Continue the same question. What are the few things that you can do in order to improve your self-image? What are the few things that you can do to improve your self-image? This would be a bigger answer, so I would expect, say, 200 to 250 words. The last one, write an application letter applying for a job. Write an application letter applying for a job. I have given you 5 assignments. I expect you to work on any 3 of the assignments. So dear students, I hope you enjoyed the session today and you made note of the relevant points, and wish you all the best and wish you are on the path of knowledge. Remember, knowledge is light, knowledge is power. Thank you very much. All the best.